If Matt responds to this, he is wearing the Hawaii shirt.
Hello! He wasn't frozen, or nothing. In fact, so far, not a single freeze in FM24. How's it going, friends? Welcome to Sundat, with me, Sunday. It's my new name. Oh. Tis a blessed day. Port Hill Shrew, thank you for the 12 months. It's very kind.
A whole 12 months of watching the best okayest streamer on Twitch. Here's to another 12 months of watching the best intros and the best content around Sick Harold, Sick Matt Jam, Sick Freeze. Can't wait for Malta to start.
Me neither. It's going to be poggy. Hey, DPT. Also, we've got some more to catch up on here as well. TSRT, thank you very much for the 19 months. Sadly, I do not have a Hawaiian shirt on today. It was just too chilly. It's just not that type of day. Oh, my days. Whoppers, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. That's wild. To Medi, the medical card, Jake Rob, Andrew, 1998, Andrew, and Henners. That's insanely kind of you, my friend. Thank you so much. Wow, what a start to the Sunday stream. You bloody love to see it. There was also another sub, I swear, further back. Oh, that was actually while I wasn't live. But if you're a Voddy, Davis Ass, thank you so much for the tier 1. That's very, very kind of you if you are a Voddy. Thank you for subscribing while I wasn't live. I still got to make sure I honour that, you know? Morning, my friend. QPR Star, thank you very much for the follow. I'm guessing you're probably a Brentford fan. Let me know. Thank you, though. I do appreciate that. How's it? Things have not been going well for QPR lately, have they? Did I see that QPR just recently sacked Gareth Ainsworth? I might be wrong about that, but I think they have. Level 3. Fucking hell, what a start that is. How's it going, friends? We've got a lot of stuff. They did. That's... God, he did so well at Wickham. It's... What is wrong with... What's going on at QPR at the moment? Because I swear at one point last season, they were like a playoff contender, and then they were like, let's nearly get relegated. What happened in between there? From Hammarby. Oh, okay. Interesting. That's trying something a little bit different. Fair play. That's, okay, fair enough. Who is the new guy, though? I mean, obviously he's from Hammarby, but I even if you told me his name, you could say, hey, oh, yeah, Matt, it's Sven Karlsson. And I'd be like, oh, Sven Karlsson. I know who that is. This is where you're like, no, it actually is someone called Sven Karlsson. I wonder how close I actually got. Captain Seat, thank you very much for the 28 months as well. You bloody love to see it. That's very kind.
Sick Matt Jam, Sick Matt Jam, Sick Matt Jam, Sick Matt Jam.
You love to see it. Thank you, Fred. That's very kind. Had no money halfway through the season. Ah, so they were sandbagging for a better draft pick. I see how it works. They'll lose the draft lottery, though, I suspect. The database will be out when... So, all right, okay, hang on. Here's the way that the database is going to work. Let me just... The music feels kind of loud to me. Let me just... There we go. So basically, there should be a playable Malta database probably tomorrow. But it won't be the final version. So there will be one for testing. So that will be available, but it won't be like the final version. The final version will be available basically when we do the first stream. It will be available in the Discord, in the stream, in the video I'm going to be making that go out at the same time. So it'll be kind of like a full court press of different things related to it. So you probably find it impossible to miss it, let's put it that way. But if you do want early access to it, then the best place to message me is Discord or like in the chat in Discord, and I can give you like the role so you can see the stuff early. Yeah, I mean, did that really just mess up the FFP stuff so they were basically unable to spend money for like years to come in that situation? I'm guessing that's the case. Oh, it was Cifuentes. For some reason, when Inferno said that, I assume he was still talking about the Copa America. Oh, sorry, Copa Libertadores. What happened in the Copa Libertadores? Because I've seen chatter about it, and it was too late in the intro that I couldn't look things up. So he was manager of Orbi before Hammarby. That's kind of cool. I swear I've heard that name before, which makes me think that he's one of those managers that like pops up at quite big sides I often find later in FM saves. Because I feel like I've seen him managing Arsenal a few times on my saves. was the football that I watched. I wish I'd watched that instead, honestly. I watched the Fulham Manchester United game, and then I decided that's enough football for today, and I didn't watch a single other game the rest of the day, when there was probably some quite bangers on later than that, right? Oh, there was a fight. I see. So when is that sort of off the books then, QPR Star? Because presumably it's like a rolling period, right? Yeah, I realize it's probably because like my live streams, obviously we've been streaming during the day. If you do exclamation mark Discord, Ben, you should get a download link, an invite link just in chat, which you can click and it should take you in there. It was boring as shit, yeah. And I said to Em about 50 minutes into the game, I literally said word for word, this is the type of game where we play better in the second half, miss our chances, and then United win 1-0 with a goal from Bruno Fernandes. And I shit you not, she can back me up on that. That exact fucking thing happened. Oh dear. Not what I wanted. But thank you, Ben. That's very kind. Yeah, with my streaming during like the day, pretty much, other than obviously Sundays, it's still during the day, but it's a day off for a lot of people. It was basically just a slot that at the time when I started streaming, no one was really filling. And then obviously with COVID and that, I kind of just kept it because it's just kind of become like my little thing now, is streaming between 11 and 3 on those Tuesdays and Thursdays. Twitch has this thing where it will like tell you the best times to stream based on the category that you stream in. And I looked at the statistics for it, and it ensures me that the best time to stream in terms of viewers per stream is between 11 and 3 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I'm thinking, yeah, but the reason for that is because that's when I'm live. I'm dragging those numbers up by myself during that particular part of the day. It's fun. But point being, it's still a good time to stream though, in theory. Yeah, for Aussie, yeah, that must be really nasty, actually. What time of the day is that going to be for you? Is that early hours of the morning type of situation? Hey, Daz. Good Gig Friday. City in Colour. God, I remember City in Colour. Still prefer Alexis, but, like, I did like some City in Colour stuff. That was a weird win for Brentford yesterday. Went to the train station. Oh, shit. Christ, is it like a serious injury, or are you just faking it? Just gonna limp around a bit, get some sympathy. I don't blame you either way. Oh dear. Hey, Danny. Yeah, the Brentford game. Honestly, West Ham, that chance they had where Antonio takes it off of Benrahma's toe when it was just a tap-in for him, I think if they score that, Brentford are fucked. But because they don't, it's just, oh, dearie me. So, well, apparently we actually tried to get Guirassy in the summer, but he said no. So, Fulham have been a bit like that right now. We just need someone. We just need to sign a striker. That is all. We just need to sign a striker. Like, Muniz did actually look better in that game. He's probably one of the better striker performances we've had this season was yesterday from Muniz. But then that injury, the moment he got that injury, like when he went down, I thought, no, he's not fit. I'm actually surprised he continued on for another 10 minutes after he took that, because his entire leg buckled underneath him. I was actually very surprised that he was even able to walk after that. So we shouldn't have really kept him on any longer than that, to be fair. Yeah, I did like that West Ham kit, though. One of the first things, when I was watching the highlights last night, my first thought was, that is a nice kit. I do not mind that away kit. It's actually, I'm assuming it's like a third kit. But either way, I really like that West Ham kit. I didn't watch the Newcastle Arsenal game, so I have really no thoughts on it. I see some highlights of the things that happened, and honestly, I don't really have any thoughts on it anymore. It's just like one of those things where there's just nothing to say, is there? It's just lots of things happened, and the outcome is that Newcastle have won the game 1-0 anyway, so like, it's not going to change, is it? It was a nice kit. It did look a bit Chelsea, but it was the like little gradient bit they had on the bottom. I saw the highlights of the Dortmund game. Is Harry Kane going to get 50 goals in the league this season? Because it sure do be looking like it. Bro is just... It's very open, isn't it, in the Bundesliga? The games, every time I watch the highlights of a Bundesliga game, they just seem extremely open. Now, it might just be because I often just watch the Bayern highlights, but mother of Christ. He's someone who can score. We just need anybody. Anybody up front. Jimenez doesn't look the same player anymore, and we kind of already knew that, and I think he does just need a goal, but I don't know how long we can wait for him to get that goal. Vinicius is fine, but he was always really a backup striker in the Premier League. He's never really supposed to be a starting striker. Questionable decisions. Yes, I thought that the Manchester United original goal should have stood. I would have wanted that given as a Fulham goal if it was the other way around. I thought that was extremely harsh. I understand the logic they used to disallow it, but I also feel like it was very subjective, and I personally think it should just have been allowed. Frankly, it would have been different if Maguire had actually played the ball. Then it's obviously, but like for me, nah. Which is why I think it made the stats of the game look way worse for Man United, because that would have given them like 0.6 XG just with that alone. Bayern not top. No, Bayern not top because Leverkusen under Xabi Alonso are absolutely smashing it. He will definitely be the next Bayern manager, won't he, or Real Madrid or someone like that. I'm expecting a Tifo video about the Xabi Alonsoification of football or something. It feels like the sort of thing they would do. Hello, Bill. Ooh, enjoying a nice time in London? Not quite, Carrigan. I was definitely talking about the kit. Let's make no mistakes here. Hey, June, how's it going, man? Yeah, but you've had Xabi's been in hot form ever since he took over, right? Because Leverkusen were in deep shit, right, when Alonso took over, no? I haven't actually had a chance to watch. I don't watch that much football. I've watched more football lately, but yeah, it comes and goes with me. Guirassy, well, the thing is, Guirassy, and he hasn't played for the last couple. Hasn't Guirassy got an injury at the moment? And then he's going to AFCON. So I think he may have he's clearly overperformed his XG and whatnot, but the fact is, Man is just taking shots and scoring them. It's one of those things where Man is clearly on a hot streak, but the question is whether he can like maintain that for the entire season, particularly as I believe is it an ankle injury that he's got at the moment? I'm just literally like verbatim repeating things I heard on the continent. That's all I'm doing. This is how I pretend to sound smart about football, you know. Let's get a bit of that off the way. Loan in January. Yes, I think that now that Marco's got his new contract, I think if we stay up this season, it'll be fine. And frankly, I think the only reason we'll stay up this season is because there are other teams that are just simply worse. That's literally all it's going to come down to. Hidan Kazuya, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that tremendously. It's going to be a... provided we don't get relegated, and we're still 7 points above the drop zone. And we're shit. And that just shows you how bad the bottom of the league actually is right now. If we could be 7 points above the drop zone with the amount of... Like, the thing is about Fulham, we're very good at beating teams that are just that little bit worse than us. And I know people say, oh, Man United, but they're not, are they? The Man United are still a very good like side in terms of their individual components. There were still some very good players in that Manchester United team. And also Anthony was there. Use that Pellegrini money. Well, I don't actually think he leaves in January. I genuinely think that he's going to stay till the summer and then will leave massive for huge money to Bayern, presumably. That's what I think is going to happen. I think as part of that new contract that we've arranged with Pellegrini, because there's no release clause in that. I suspect that was part of the deal. We'll pay you a shitload for the rest of this season, and then you can go in the summer to anyone you like, but do it soon. Do it early in the summer. Where's the Mitrovic money? Oh, yeah, no, we've still got the Mitrovic money. We got, what, 50 million for Mitrovic? We're not short of a bob or two. We already have rich owners, and our FFP stuff has been quite sensible lately, because we got rid of all the books from that previous Premier League excursion where we spent, £8 billion, if you ask the media. So that's all now off of our FFP, so we can actually start spending money again. No fun. That's true. There's no fun in that. Been larger than before? Potentially, yes. When we played against Sheffield United, it looked like an FA Cup match. But then again, Sheffield United won yesterday, so big up them. Pellegrini he's the most I'm him player I've ever seen at Fulham. Genuinely. I'm trying to think of another player who's more I'm him than Pellegrini. He does everything. He is ubiquitous. He is everywhere. Oh, 11 Squillian. It might have been 11 Squillian. I haven't kept up to date. Feel so sorry for going out. I do, but I actually think that I owe him an apology in a way, because I was like, when Bournemouth sacked him, I was thinking to myself, actually the underlying numbers weren't that great, and maybe it was the right thing to do. But the fact is, he's actually done pretty well with a Wolves team that got absolutely decimated in the summer. So, yeah, they're not going to be having a fantastic season, but then there was no way they were going to do that. I think he's actually done a pretty okay job, but losing to Sheffield United is a bit of a cone of shame moment for him. Luciano Vietto. Oh, he's part of that era of Fulham players that I want to forget. Yeah, the one against Newcastle was the one that was the most galling, I think. Oh, I think a lot of people had Wolves, Sheffield United, and Luton to be the three, presumably, because everyone thought Burnley were going to be a top half team, except your boy. My biggest hot take prediction at the start of the season was that Burnley were going to be just as shit as the others, and I don't think they have been actually as bad as the others, but then again, points would suggest otherwise. But I think they've had a harder start, right? Where is Guirassy? I don't know. Probably still at Stuttgart, honestly. Yes, he is. There he is. He does a very good finishing in game. He's just not got the pace, but he is a very tall man. Let's see what his record's been like for Stuttgart so far. Do you know what? Double digits in the Bundesliga every year. Just imagine, I don't need to imagine it. I could see it yesterday on the pitch. He's such a lazy player as well. I'm assuming a lot of you probably are Man United fans or watched the game yesterday at least. There was a point when Fulham were very good in the transition against United yesterday, which is what I think our entire game plan was, waiting for them to lose the ball in our final third and then break on them with Iwobi pushing through the middle. But there was a moment when Anthony Robinson got the ball on the left-hand side in the transition, and all Anthony had to do was like shepherd him and get his body into the way of the ball. Instead, he just lazily dives in on Robinson, and Robinson just sort of steps over him, and we get like a crazy good attacking chance, which admittedly they got a good block on in the end because Wan-Bissaka's one of the best one-on-one defenders I've ever seen. But it's just so lazy when all he had to do was just grab his shirt or something, take the foul. But no, he just yeets himself into the player, and he misses him entirely. It was so lazy. Leicester will be fine. I know they lost to Leeds in the week, but like Leicester look like one of the best championship teams ever at the moment. As do fucking Ipswich, Bill, by the way. Fair play. I know they got the draw against Birmingham yesterday, but Ipswich look extremely good. I assume they weren't playing their full-strength side against us midweek. I mean, I know neither were we, but they didn't seem like they looked like the same Ipswich midweek. But I guess they don't care about the cup, do they? They're more interested in the league right now. David Neres, really? Was this back at Ajax? Go and save... I mean, did Ajax win last week? I swear they had less points the last time I looked at the league table. Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, what is the record for points? Wasn't it also Leicester? I swear the record for points in the Championship is also held by Leicester from when they came up a few years ago. I can't remember who it was on. It might have been under... No, it wasn't Nigel. Was it Nigel Pearson's Leicester or was it someone else's Leicester? I swear it was Leicester that had one insane... Was it Burnley a few years ago as well? The one midweek. There you go. Stansfield. You're welcome. You're welcome. How is Jay Stansfield looking? Because I know that he was decent for Exeter. Oh, was it Reading? Oh, really? For some reason I thought it was Leicester. Weird. Yeah, that would make sense, actually. I think there was a really good Leicester season too where they were pretty close. 106 points for Reading. Christ. Are Leicester actually on for that at the moment? They got, what, 39 after 14? He's on fire. Yeah. Of course you are in place. Yeah. No, I'm so glad for him. I think Jay Stansfield could genuinely be an excellent striker. I'm so excited about some of the young players we've actually got coming through. We just need to actually let them play. Like with Stansfield and Luke Harris and is it Ollie O'Neill? And obviously Luc de Fougerolles, who I wonder, is he in the Canadian national team? No. Or is he? Useless. Unless he's just not in my database. No, I don't think he's actually in my database, but he should be. Because I think he's definitely... He looked very good. Next week for the full release of the database. We're predicting... The database will be released when the streams start, basically. That will always be the answer. Unless you're in the Malta testing stuff, basically. And then, obviously, you can get early access to it. Potter. I don't know what... Potter's going to have to make a move to someone soon, right? He's not going to want to stay out of the game for too long. I'm curious to see where he actually goes next. Yeah, so the game officially drops tomorrow at 4 p.m, apparently, which is why... So I've got a video dropping at 4 p.m. tomorrow as well, which is the scouting video. It's like an hour long. It has every single scouting method I've ever used that currently works in FM in one single video, including stuff from like the very lowest leagues all the way to the elite level. And it also has collaboration in it too with James and with Iron Al for his ridiculous youth recruitment focuses, which is awesome. Game-breaking bugs. So the only thing... Oh, there was another one I heard of the other day. There was another bug that I'd heard of, and I can't remember. Oh, it was the thing with ad-removed leagues, potentially. No, as far as I know, you can still get the discount after that. I don't actually know. I haven't heard anything from Fanatical about that, so it might be going on until the end of the month, potentially. I'm not sure. From Monday, so everything needs to be tested from Monday, because from Monday, we'll be able to get the editor, which means that it will actually be working with an FM24 version of the database, rather than what we're doing at the moment, which is porting an FM23 database. So it will be a brand new database for FM24, which means it will need to be tested essentially from scratch. But in theory, it won't be taking that much. We're going to separate people into different groups of different testing styles. I'm pretty much allocating the entirety of this week to just work on Malta stuff, which means potentially there might be a stream on Thursday. The reason for that is because I'm going to test something out with my internet that might allow me to stream at a higher bitrate and might give me a slightly better upload speed. And that would be massive because it means that we'd have a better fidelity of quality on stream. Because I'm having to run at an even lower bitrate just to get a smooth stream at the moment, and it's not great. So this might allow us to fix that, potentially. Main save is Malta. Malta with FC Sirens, building a nation, obviously. Borrow till I die. Thank you so much for the gifted sub. That's so kind of you, my friend. With South Shield. Oh, I had a brilliant South Shields database last year where they were like a championship side. I wasn't in charge of them or anything. They just somehow found themselves in the championship, I think. It was a wild save.
Happy Sunday. Tuning in from the 6th floor of a travel lodge. Anyone else watching from exotic locations? Hopefully moving into new flat later in the week. Break out the IKEA catalogue.
Oh, you bougie bastard. For me, it's going to be a case of moving into a new place. Break out the trip to the British Heart Foundation furniture store. You can get some bargains in there, baby. I've got to tell you. Oh, hello, Marius. How's life treating you, man? Hello, Pogs. Pog. I need you to back me up on something. Did I or did I not say during that Man United game yesterday, oh, this has got all the hallmarks of 1-0 late goal from Bruno Fernandes all over it? Just saying. Some we deal with the disco. All I know is that sometimes because of the local currency stuff, it might display as a higher price in certain currencies. It should be fine in euros, dollars, and pounds, but some of their foreign currency transactions are a little bit weird. So
a whole year.
Either don't do it or use a VPN. Just be warned.
Stansfield.
Just check the prices, basically, is all I'm saying. Gazman, thank you for the 12 months. That's a full year. Tank fun. Oh, man. So yeah, how's Stansfield? I'm glad you're a Birmingham fan, actually, because I was asking about Stansfield like 10 minutes ago. How has Stansfield been doing for Birmingham? Because I've seen him score an absolute banger earlier this season, albeit I think, again, they got battered. But, yeah, still happy. That's true, but like, you've got to trust me on this one, Chatto. So we don't have to pick a squad yet, because this is literally just a continuation of the last stream's matches. However, I'm very excited about that Patrick fella. He is actually playing game. He's got a couple more games for Barca. Also, Alan got a move. Alan has been moved, which I think we actually did notice last stream, but I can't remember if we did or not. Either way, Alan now plays for Werder Bremen. So he's on loan from Porto, now plays for Werder Bremen, but he's actually getting game time at Werder Bremen now, so that might help a little bit. Starting a journeyman save. It depends on what type you want to do, honestly, Sigurd, because are we thinking all of Europe? Are you thinking journeyman within a league? It's hard to say, because there's loads of different types of journeyman saves. Yeah, that's my hope. Now, remember, of course, we've got other chappy as well. Sam Smart has now moved to Dortmund as well. Yeah, Alan has 44 caps. Can we just discuss that? Bro has got 44 caps and 29 goals. He's not even that good in his potential, but for whatever reason, bro is just... Japan, well, that'd be cool. I think it's just a case of... I don't really have any tips for journeyman saves, because I haven't really done a traditional journeyman save since... Fucking hell. When was the last time? Other than... Because Outcast to Icons is kind of different to me, right? I'm trying to think if I've ever done one where I just did one, right? But yeah, Alan's doing really, really well. That is a weird line. Do I really want Tessman in there when we could put... Oh, I think he's suspended, isn't he? Robertson, Richards, Carter, Vickers, and Shea. I do like that back line. I really do like that back line. So yes, QPR stuff. Basically, this was something that was... Some of you would have seen this if you're in the Malta chat. But basically... There's save files can currently become corrupt. It probably was Nordic Nomads, actually, yeah. No, that kind of was, because I was still doing journeyman stuff in that one, really. It wasn't like Outcast to Icons. I didn't really have any rules in that, did I? I just kind of moved to whatever club was available. The only thing non-traditional about that was Calais voice. But yeah, sorry, essentially, apparently, adding and removing leagues mid-season can cause save files to corrupt at the moment. And apparently it is a known bug, because Slipknot found it was a problem doing some Malta tests. Turn on Spain mid-season. Do you remember that a few years ago, my Polonia save, when we lost an entire league season because I turned on Argentina and Brazil mid-season and it caused me to lose the entire league fixtures of a single season? I suspect it's a little bit like that bug, but this one actually corrupts the save files. So I'm hoping they fix that, and it's one of the things we're going to be testing this week. Clubs without a title was not... You're right, I think it might have been, but that's because whenever I do a Nordic Nomads, like a journeyman, I always have to have some kind of criteria on it, otherwise I find it dull. I like to have restraints. That's why I find Outcast to Icons so fucking fun. That's why I'm going to be super excited to do that for FM25. That might actually potentially even be our launch save if we can port a database across. That might be a plan, actually. Because now with the ability to move saves from one to the other, we might actually be able to do an Outcast to Icons from scratch. Like from the start of the game cycle with all the leagues turned on potentially. Yeah, the key thing is that, as you say, one, it's key to be aware of, but it's two, the good thing is that they're also aware of it. Like, it's not one of these bugs that we've like, oh, no one else has taken any notice of this. One thing I will say is, I still haven't seen anything about the IDs thing. Is there been anything on the forums about the ID problem? Because surely we're not the only ones that would have experienced this, right? Like, Dan was getting an entire youth intake where I think 11 of his 15 youth intake players had real faces on them, which is wild. SPL has EPL money again. That's kind of cool. You should implement Hadrian's TV money system for that. The UCL draw glitch. Oh, what, the one where it tells you, well, you already know who you're going to be drawn against. An outcast icon pentagon for all of... I miss it too, Daz. I really do. I'd like to do like a one-off video there or something, maybe. The welcoming glitch? Which one's that? Tessman's face pack picture is one of my favourites because it's just turtleneck and necklace. The turtle necklace, so to speak. What a guy. I love how we can't get through a single stream without someone mentioning Tanner Tessman's face pack pic. I'm here for it. Totally on board. The player count decreasing. Yeah, that was an issue on a few FMs ago. So I wonder if it's a recurring bug because of something else they've touched, potentially. So we've actually only played in one World Cup so far, in which we were knocked out by Sweden in the quarterfinals. But we have won 2 Copa Americas, which I'm genuinely very proud of. But potentially Tuesday is going to be the next World Cup, and it will probably be the last stream with the USA. So we've got to qualify for it first, though, and that's what we're going to be doing after the Gold Cup today. Because we've got Nations League final, which is this. We've got Gold Cup, and then we've got World Cup qualifying today. It's actually quite an action-packed one for once, because before we didn't have any qualifying. The fair weather ones. You know, in a way, Daz, it kind of does, because we dropped a lot of viewership over that summer because of the Africa save, but I tell you what, I had a fucking blast with that. It was so damn fun. It was genuinely amazing fun. Separates the right backs from the right backless. Exactly. You're working more, they can't do that live. I think they can, right? It's just... Oh, yes, a good point, actually, Mike. Because in FM, it's just like, here's your fixtures. But in real life, that would be an absolute ball ache, right? Because they'd have to go through each individual team. I guess they could do it by fixture rounds, but that would still take an absolute... But this is UEFA. They'll milk it. They'll be like, it's a 6-hour ceremony where we're going to announce each fixture individually per round. That is a strike and a half. She's scared of the touch. 18 matches, 8 rounds. It would take a while. Yeah. Hang on. EA Sport, Tinny Jim, thank you very much for the follow. I'm sorry if I've said that incorrectly. Do correct me and let me know how to say it correctly. I've said the word correctly and incorrectly too many times in that sentence. Yeah, I need to update my DF11 pack so that we're ready for Malta. I've basically got this giant list in my to-do list that's just things to do for Malta, basically. Like the new intro, sorting out all the face packs, emotes, all that jazz. Tanner Tessman making a deep run here. Pull across and Alan Hanan. This is why Alan is in the team. He could be dormant. Alan is like a volcano, right? He lays there dormant. He lays there dormant, doing fuck all, basically, for an entire match. And then, when you're least expecting it, he explodes and destroys an entire Italian village. Like, that's what Alan does. That's his 30th goal for the States as well, by the way, and his 45th appearance. And we lead in the Gold Cup fight, in the Nations League. Have we won this yet? Oh. Lack of Octo trick. But we'll get a chance to do that. Like, bear in mind, we're playing double liberos in this system, so give me that at least. Dortmund were pretty Dortmund. Alan is, and do you know what? He's earning it. If anything, we should be more Chad-like just for him. Like Visva Krakow. Triple liberos possible? Yes, it is. They are possible. I'm certain of it because I believe someone in chat was playing them the other day. So I think it can be done, yeah. I think you can assign any centre-back role to libero, right? It's not like before where it had to be in the middle. We've had one shot on target and it's literally our goal. If we mug them off here, I would be so happy. Jezza, thank you very much for the follow. Is their goalkeeper injured? This could be a good little moment for us here. As the ball is played over the top. Oh, I was hoping he just let that go through it. He's a Bremen, no. He's like a Dortmund volcano, right? It's more like a walnut whip. 3 liberos, 2 inverted fullbacks. Well, yeah, you could have 3 liberos, 2 inverted fullbacks, and then a halfback in midfield, and then you could still have your back 3, basically. That would actually work in this current setup. Oh, Alan, look behind you. Yes. Oh, my God. Following Balogun to wrap it up. I mean, in our defence, it does help when the goalkeeper dives the other way. Oh, thank you, Jezza. So I've got a new one coming out on Sunday, next Sunday, which is going to have there's a lot of new stuff that we discovered this year, especially the 2-year loan glitch. Yeah, I'm sure I saw that. The goalkeeper definitely did dive the incorrect direction there, didn't he? That was a lovely bit of play, actually. The way that Alan just drops into this pocket and then just drags all the players towards him. He just dives the wrong way. Eye injury. Man needs an eye patch, but now he can. So actually, someone suggested to me a really interesting video idea, and I'm probably going to do it. And that was the idea of using archaic football formations in the modern game. Basically, seeing how much success could be had with archaic formations from back in day and whatnot, and how they would perform over a Premier League season if a manager was incredibly stubborn, which I think would just be quite a fun video, basically. So I might trying to work a WM and things like that. I think it'd be very fun. So that's something I'm probably going to look into, honestly. No, 1800. Yeah, literally. That's going to be the idea, if it's possible. Yeah. What I would do is I would just make the manager unsackable. I wouldn't be in charge of the matches. I would set the tactic up as best I could and then just sim the season with it set to use the tactics each time, just to see how he got on. It would just be fun. So that's something I'm definitely going to do. But yeah, shout out to Metalcore Jesus for that. Which, again, shout out for the name as well. Let's get the Louvet on for a little bit. We'll get Robinson off. And we are just doing well here. I'm going to have to reread Inverting the Pyramid, chat. Can make the ball weigh 1 stone. No, but you can stack overflow the altitude now. So you could make your matches at, what was it, 1 million feet, Hadrian? I forget. Bente, thank you very much for the 21 months. That's very kind of you, my friend. Hope you're well. Did you do park run yesterday? We've kind of come back into this a little bit in terms of XG, but we've only had 2 shots on target, so I do feel for Mexico a little bit. But I also don't, because we're finally going to beat Mexico in a Nations League final. I think this might be the first time we've beaten them in one of these finals, and we're going to do it. A nice bit of success. It's annoying that when you win the Nations League, by the way, the game doesn't consider it a final, so you don't even get a trophy lift or nothing. You just kind of go, game is done. Alan, man of the match again. He's unstoppable. Harder to be sacked this year. Interesting, because I've heard some people say it was actually easier to be sacked, but they felt it was less unfair. Like they were being sacked for reason. Honestly, the game just feels so much more fair. I can't think of a single game where I've been like feeling like we've been FM'd. Now that will come in time. There will be games like that, but that's fine. If the frequency of it happening is the same frequency that we've seen so far, that's absolutely fine, because that mimics real life football for me. It just feels good. Team is very good. So we just won the Nations League, which I think is not that the board cares. Like, they literally don't care. I wonder if they've now put us back to being like B-. Since we won the Copa America, by the way, we've done nothing but win matches, and have also just won the Nations League, and now we're at B- again. Crazy. Whinging about team talks. See, I've not had to encounter that yet, because obviously national team save, but that doesn't sound ideal. Also, totally off topic. Oh, it's a PSG. How much for? 148 million. Oof. Only on 300 grand a week as well. Man could have got 8 billion in Saudi. Didn't he lose to the Dominican Republic? Yeah, but that was because we had a... Yeah, good point. Good point. I forgot about that. But we did qualify. But wasn't that because we got a red card in like the 3rd minute of the game? Game easy. Maybe you just got better at it, right? To limit the length of the song. Yeah, so the limit on song length is 6 minutes. I thought that was fair. It was just to stop people like requesting 15-minute Dream Theater songs. As much as I like a bit of Dream Theater, you got to draw the line somewhere. Finding Wonder Kids. Yes, I am BD Roller, and it's coming out tomorrow at 4 p.m. But it's not just about Wonder Kids. It's like an entire scouting guide that basically takes you through scouting from the lowest levels possible to the most elite level of the game. So introducing each scouting method at the time when you could safely start using it. So it starts off with like non-league, and you're finding free agents, senior affiliate loans, manual scouting of really cheap players to find like certain attributes and stuff like that at the very lowest level, working your way through to like the Belgian method, the Brazilian method, amateur stuff like that, facing the games, moving all the way up to team report scouting, national team scouting at the very top level, basically. That's the idea. It's like an hour long, and it's also got James's recruitment focus stuff in it, as presented by him. So it's going to be sick. I was going to try and get out Friday, but I wanted to include James in the video itself, so we've pushed it back a little bit, and we're going to release it at the moment the game releases tomorrow, with both videos. So that's going to be sick. And then I can just turn all of my attention over to Malta. But as for other videos, so... You know the database video? There's going to be a version in French. And that's because I'm collaborating with Arthur. I'm sure some of you are familiar with him. He's one of the big French YouTubers and streamers. Like I think the biggest one, potentially. And he's going to be doing a version of the database video that I made, but in French for the French FM community, which I just think is fucking sick. So that's going to be nice. Nice for our friends from Francois. friends. That doesn't even make any sense, Matt. Yes, the club for Malta is FC Sirens. Amateur Scout. Oh, no. It's not as good. It's better, Borrow Till I Die. I promise you. I don't know if this will work in this save. We can have a look, right? There's more nations that are... Yeah, so because of the way that this save is set up, we don't have the extra... Oh, no, there is one. There you go. He's not amazing, but he does exist. Yeah, so it's better if you have, like, more leagues turned on, obviously. But, yes, it does work. I've tested it. And also... I find that Scandinavia is even more overpowered with it this year. The Brazilian players thing still works. So does France and Germany. It's just, yeah, it's brilliant. Which could help. Oh, really? Either way, it still works. Actually, to be fair, when I did a test, when I was doing my test pit for the video, I found an absolutely I'll fucking show you. I found a Norwegian guy doing it that was playing for Skeed, who is absolutely ludicrous. Which one is it? Belgian amateur test end. To give you an idea of what you can find. And it was 97 players I found just with the database setup that I was using. And this was just a sample of some of the players that we found doing it. But this guy, look, right? This is just one of the players that I found doing it. Trond Nordli. Free transfer. He would be entirely free. And this is what he looks like. And this is my point. So these are the types of players that the Belgian amateur method will allow you to find. So, yeah, just a little sneak preview of the video, but that's one of the players we found. Also, this guy here. He's going to have a real face, but he's not actually a real player as far as I'm aware. This is Rufus Kromer. He was a free transfer from Groningen as well. I'm certain that's not him, because he's wearing a PSV kit for a start. Sorry, a Feyenoord kit for a start. And I tried to find a player called Rufus Kromer that played for Feyenoord. Point being, again, ridiculous players are available. Continue development, because he's 18. What's his ID? His ID is... let me just whack it in chat for you. Oh, I love being able to do that. Isn't that sick? Just being able to just do that. But yeah. So basically, as long as they're 18 or 17, they should sign for you, basically. You shouldn't have that issue unless those players are... I find the biggest time you have that problem, Lewis, is when it's South American players that are under the age of 17. That seems to be like a hard limit. And it'll also come down to your club's reputation. So the higher club rep you have, the easier it'll be to grease the wheels on that one. So, Belgian amateur method, he's Norwegian in Norway. Exactly. It's a bloke called Denzel Owusu. So there you go. Yeah, so he is that guy is a regen. Those are the best two I found, but that was just one test. Suts, thank you very much for the 3 months. I hope you're having a lovely day, my friend. That's very kind of you. Let's check out old Soboslai. Actually playable. Yes, but actually no. Okay. I'm enjoying it, but that is probably because I know that we're going to be stopping it soon. And the squad selection screen is better. It's still not perfect, but it is definitely better. But there's still a lot of other changes that I would have preferred to see. Whoa, we've got lots of career stats going on here. I must have not said it for players that aren't ours. Aussie Youth. Oh, for sure. We'll be doing that scouting anyway. Oh, there was another guy actually I found in the season report. Sorry, the team report part of the video, which you can save that part for the actual video. I found an Australian dude at Chukwuemeka who was like first team quality level at for 1.2 million. And I was managing Ferencvaros, and he was ridiculous. Like Australian international, so damn good. So yeah, that all still works as well. But every method I've tested still works perfectly. It's the oh no, I agree already, Sigurd, and I think it's only going to get better once they've had a chance to just tweak a couple of bits. They fixed the ID thing, fixed the corrupted saves thing, fixed the goalkeeper injuries, and I know there's a couple of other bugs with that I've seen reported, but it's minor shit. I'm just over the moon with it right now, honestly. And it's setting up to be a fantastic year because we're not going to be going, oh, the game's doing this. We're going to be going, this is fucking amazing. And to be fair, this is why I always plan my saves around not relying on the game to give me the fun. Well, I create the fun myself. That way I don't have to worry about features getting in the way. Turkey, again, having an absolutely dominant season. This is not the first time they've done that, is this? Yeah, they had a 19... Turkey are up to fucking 7th in the coefficients. They're above Portugal. And the Netherlands. So Turkey are actually going 6th this year, aren't they? Look at that. Turkey are not far behind fucking France now. Get in. Up the Turkey. That's amazing. Who is doing really well for Turkey is the question. Yeah. How do we find out? I guess we could look at, like, True, because they've got some good players. Let's look at, like, club coefficients would tell us, wouldn't it? And we'll just find... So, Galatasaray... Yeah, I mean, look, Galatasaray here, 23, 22, 20. That's a lot. I mean, it's not the highest, but it's a lot. Let me just filter it just solely by Turkey so we can actually see. Hi, FM. That's weird. Is this broken? Oh. So that's broken. You can't actually select a single nation anymore. It doesn't filter it correctly. Hey, look, chat, we found a bug. Hey, we did a thing. SI, there you go, bug. Mike, where are you, buddy? I've got a bug for you. I'm just going to call everybody I know. Jimmy, get in here. So yeah, that filter on this screen doesn't work properly, which is a bit annoying, actually, but there you go. Let's just have a look at Galatasaray solely. Because they've clearly done bits. We did a thing. Yeah, so there's Galatasaray, and there's Besiktas, and there's Fenerbahce. I mean, they're all, like, top 50 at the moment. Name fixes. Yeah, I'm going to use the name fixes, but I can't use them just yet because... Actually, I probably could, but I'm going to hold on to the last minute. Trabzonspor in there as well. Oh, like, shit. Hang on, let's have a look at the, like, winners of the competitions. Jesus Christ. All right, they must not have won it, but... There you go, final for Trabzonspor. Europa League. Spurs have lost to Europa League final. I swear they program shit like this in here. Spurs lose 2 more Europa League finals. Yeah. It must have been a case of, like... They've obviously gone quite far in a lot of seasons without actually reaching the final. Either way, Turkey are smashing it, basically. I mean, to get 4th on the year, and not just 4th, they were so close to 3rd on the year as well. Oh, dear. But yeah, so that's good. Oh, Gold Cup, right. We would be fine, right? Whoever we're going to... We'll just get Mexico in our group, but oh my god, that's going to be an absolute bloodbath. Hey, McDonald's, I am excellent, my friend. How are you? We skip that. We don't do these things here. Catbot, thank you very much for the 4 months. I hope you're well. That's very kind of you. Mudrik at Chelsea. There he is. Turkey are just doing building a nation in the background here. And I'm totally here for it. Oh, yeah, they lost to Ajax, didn't they? That would have gone down well for them. But yeah, with the name fix, the reason I was holding off before is because I didn't want it changing names of stuff that I needed to do the Patreon regens. I'm up to 48 of them now. So if you still haven't sent me the stuff for your Patreon regen, get on that. Honestly, McDonald, it's fantastic. And if you've seen anything from me before, you know that I don't just, like, sugarcoat things if it's not that great. This is genuinely the best FM I've ever played. And not in, like, a kind of, oh, it's a little bit better than last year. It is so much better. It feels like, the finished product. Which is weird, because it always feels like FMs in the past was like, it's like we're working towards this. This feels like what you're working towards. Apart from the bugs, but they're so minor for the most part, other than obviously the one that you were talking about. But it's... Compared to bugs we've had before as well, it's just been wild, frankly. Oh yeah, I forgot actually, I reset up the command for that. I redid it. Also, for that scouting video thing, I should be able to get that out to patrons maybe later today, potentially. It just depends on how quickly I can edit it together after stream. Because the F1 doesn't start till 5 today, does it? So that's good. Massive. It really is. Well, to be fair, I actually think that next year is likely going to be more of a visual upgrade. Because obviously it's going to be because of Unity and whatnot. But I think a lot of the actual under-the-hood stuff is what is going to be based on this year. And they're just freaking it on. So, and if it is, I'm actually fine with that. Because this year has been so much better. Just give me an extend all loans button. Just call it the map button, please. I beg of you. When is our next game? 45 days till El Salvador. And that's the start of the Gold Cup, isn't it? So we'll just... I nearly hit retired there. Who am I, Jack? Right. Next squad selection. There we go. We'll go to that. Just in case. Fewer goals. I don't know if fewer goals. I think it's actually okay. I'm not, but it might, again, because I'm managing national teams, it might be slightly different. I saw that Verstappen took the lead, and then I kind of went, oh, and then went back to what I was doing. It's just one of those things. It's cool to see Norris get pole, though. It makes you think, though, like, if he could have just done that on fucking Friday night, what a waste of Q3 that was, by the way. It's just Christ. You look at request. My apologies. Oh, sorry. Let's just do that here. We all know about him. He's at Manchester City in this save, unless he's moved. No, he's still at City. He is ridiculous. Even his long throws at another knot, they're still 6. Like, if he could just get his long throws up, we'd be happy. I'm telling you. That should be working. That should be working. Sick. New potential play stuff colliding with some of the old potential. Interesting. Have you got an example of that? Yeah, no, Unity is going to exactly be that. And I'm fine with that. I think the one thing that Unity will really give us that we don't really have is much more realistic collision mechanics between players, because at the moment they still glide through each other. Whereas I think with Unity, because of the way that's structured, that simply will not happen in the same way, because the physics engine will be completely different. And I think that's going to be the biggest and most notable thing. I'm expecting to see players jostling for the ball and it actually having an impact with their momentum. And it feels like they've kind of laid the groundwork for that with at least the animations on the players this year. Particularly their players like inertia and momentum look much better this year. Yeah, I feel like people have been saying a lot of good things about wingers, which is one of the things I'm excited to try potentially with Sirens, because the plan for Sirens is we're going to build our own tactic, obviously. Have this one we've got in the back pocket just in case, because we don't want to get sacked. Not that I'm knowing how well 2 Liberos is going to do in the Maltese League, I guess, but I can't wait to find out, potentially. It's not going to be a normal tactic we're going to be using, is it? Let's be honest. Jonesy, thank you very much for the Prime. That's very, very kind of you, sir. Hope you're having a lovely Sunday. Exactly, Hadrian. All I know is that one of the things that SI have always said is that they want it to look like real football, right? And I think that means if people are expecting FIFA, then they're wrong, because FIFA doesn't actually look very much like real football. It's an arcadey style because it's a game, after all. FM is supposed to mimic a simulated real football match, but you see the exciting bits because that's where the highlights are, right? So I'm hoping that that's the path they continue down, and I see really no reason why they wouldn't do. Dribbly boys are overpowered. I don't know if anyone actually has continued my MTK save, but if you have, how good is Janos, right? He's just on a different level. Kobe. Is he not in my database? It might be because he's a younger... Oh, no, he is. There he is. He's at Sunderland. On a permanent transfer. I wonder if the game has given him quite low PA, or he just didn't get a chance at United, so he never developed. Then again, he's still only 20... Oh, he's 24. He was in the Premier League with Sunderland, in fairness. Hello, Vaughn. How's it going, my friend? We're doing good. We were just discussing... What would you believe? We were just discussing FM24 and how much we love the match engine and the sort of... the progression towards Unity next year, as well as winning, obviously. AI does ruin Wonderkids, but on the plus side, AI does then present me with an opportunity to do agent videos. So, you know what? Leave that SI if you'd like to. And yes, they'll be coming back. Moment the full game's out. Well, not moment of, obviously. But... once I've got the other stuff out of the way, I'll be straight on an agent video and a World Cup video. Because I'm just itching to do that stuff. Along with maybe a brand new version of that. No, unfortunately not, bearded child. Udrago. Sorry, Udrago. There he is. Al Shabab. 100. Oh, man. Lowest paid player in Saudi. Wait, hang on. Al Shabab is... yeah, it is Saudi. Otherwise, the... yes, I think they have to set expectations right. And if I was SI, I would be releasing some... I'd be getting on it early, to set the expectations. I wouldn't be waiting till September. I'd be showing people stuff in kind of like in how they did in June this year with by talking about it, right? I'd like to see them maybe just show a few little bits of pre-release footage, maybe. Just to give you an idea of what to expect, maybe, to set the expectation level correctly. I, for one, can't wait to see it. It's just, the fact is, no matter what it is, it's going to be better than what we have. And that can only be a good thing, right? The guys. I hope it does. I kind of like that. I would just call them the guys from now on. Hey, it's the lads. Wage budgets. Oh, yeah, you can, can't you? So, yeah, 1.2 million a week for Al Shabab. You can't scroll through them because the league isn't playable. So we'd have to go to each individual club specifically. That's annoying. I can't even click it. That's annoying. I'll refund your points for that. Because I was just going to go through them all like that, but we'd have to go to each individual club by typing it in, and that's just going to take us way too long. It's that annoying thing where it greys out the teams. I suppose we could go to Saudi's... Portuguese player from Benfica. Unfortunately, I think he's probably not on my database, sadly, Ladin. Oh, yeah, we could go to Saudi and then clubs, actually. I keep looking for Middle East as an option here, and I realise it's not there. And that's also the wrong screen map. Right, let's try this again. Yeah, we can do it from here, can't we? So, Al Hilal, their current wage is 7.4 million a week. That's twice what we had at the top end. Al Nassr, 6 million a week. Bear in mind, they're overspending their wage budgets too. I'm kind of curious to see what they've got in their squads. Al Ittihad, 5 million a week. Al Ahly, 6 million a week. Al Shabab, we already know. Al Ettifaq, there you go. With Steven Gerrard, they're spending a mere 800,000 a week. These are the big guys, right? I kind of want to look at their squads to see if there's any random players in here that let me just put this on contract. So Kevin De Bruyne, Diego Costa, Harry Kane, Marquinhos, Marcos Asensio, Mats Weifer. Their lowest player is on 375 grand a week. And that's it in their squad, because obviously we've not got the league switched on. I don't think we can, right? The wage rules are, yes, please do, continue. I think you might want to reconsider that request, because that looks like a Google link, not a Spotify link. They are very high. They are very high indeed, Jonesy, yeah. See what we got going on at Al Nassr. Who have they got? They've got 900 grand a week. Thibaut Courtois on 800. Salah on 700. Ceballos. Cameron Carter-Vickers, of course, our boy. And a guy called Hugo Vetlesen, who's surplus to requirement, who they picked up from Club Brugge. And he's on £400,000 a week. Man, he's having a lovely time. Yeah, I don't know how that's working either, Whoppers. I think it's like... The thing is, right, as well, this would be even higher if the league was like... If I had the players set up differently, right? Yeah, I mean, I could live on, like, a good amount of that, right? What else we got here? Skriniar, DeMarco, Todibo, Kasper Tengsted from Benfica. He's on 300 grand a week there. Oh, they'll definitely offer way more. I mean, I sold Alexis Yamin for a silly amount of money. Anyone wild here? Gabriel Jesus, 900 grand a week. Nicholas Heidel. Hang on a minute. This guy here, Rapid's goalkeeper, signs for Al Ahly for 400. He's not nearly... This is a goalkeeper from Rapid. He's on nearly $500,000 a week. Good for him. You know what? Good for him. Bro is getting the bag. What else we got? Al Shabab. They were spending a little bit less money, weren't they? Yeah, they're actually being a bit more sensible somehow. But Jordan Pickford. We've got Jordan Pickford, though, chat. So we've got that in there. El Ettifaq, they were even less money, weren't they? Yeah, they're being a bit more sensible. They've got Klaus Klappen, but I thought his name was Klaus. They've got Jesse Lingard. Hey, Jesse Lingard finally agreed a wage. Would you love to see it? Yeah, he's decent, but he's not 400k a week decent, is he? I mean, no one is, really. El Fatah? Nah, they're not spending as much money. I think those are the guys. I think it's just those guys at the top, really. Everyone else is spending normal money. They do apparently have a regen, yeah. Although it might not... Well, unless it's just the guy that actually happens to have that face, yeah. Not sure, I know, that seems like... I love that only Jesse Lingard would find a way to be the lowest paid player in Saudi. Just out of all of that, somehow. Ronnie Edwards. Unfortunately not. It's a very small database. I'll refund your points for that one. That one should work. That one I saw work. That one should work as well. Cool. Off we go. 8k a week on their squad. Really? 8 million a week. Yeah, I bet if you actually had Saudi players turned on, so say I was using my normal database, their wages would be even higher because they'd have to have more players. Yeah, they presumably do gen players, right? But obviously not in this save because of the way I've got it set up. CONCACAF, that's a good point. I don't know. Let's have a look. We want North America. What is that I'm looking for here? CONCACAF Champions Cup. Is it... Which one is it? Is it that? Oh, this is just North American, isn't it? So, not really dominating, actually. In fact, they've not won it at all in this save. Seattle won it in 2022, but since then, Chivas, Toluca, basically just Mexico all the way. Oh, wait, hang on. Is that Chivas? No, it's Chivas Guadalajara. But St. Louis City... St. Louis City! Excuse me there. But they get to the final. And let's have a look at like the past winners. Yeah, they lose a lot of finals. San Jose, LAFC, St. Louis City. Yeah, I was going to say, I was thinking of Chivas USA. But why was I thinking of that when I should have been thinking of Chivas Guadalajara? They're making sure it's City. Also, I love how it's like shifted across to the right ever so slightly. Just presumably because the badge is just slightly off-center. 4 weeks. That is a bit annoying. Oh, Hungary is such a fun save. The rules in Hungary are so relaxed. You can just have a great vibe. Download a Saudi database. That's interesting, yeah. And honestly, I still think you could do it, Vaughn, because of they spend so poorly. Hey, Hayden. They will spend their money so appallingly, case in point, that I think it would actually be doable. Although they would be able to find some genuinely world-class talents. I'm excellent, Hayden. How are you, my friend? City stands for something. It's probably like a really long-winded way of saying city as well. It stands for like city in transit, yo. I don't know. I've never been to St. Louis. That was a good result. 8-1 over Morocco. Also, hey chat, we've got Emilio Martinez. So I guess that's going to make our lives a little bit easier. Any other wild players in here that we need to take a bit more attention to? Joe Ayala. God, I remember him being quite highly rated at the start. Drew Gonzalez. Mark Wood. He's okay. Bruce. Oh, Nicholas Sharpie. All right. Ewan Greenhouse. A great name. Ewan Greenhouse from Hood River, Ontario. No, not Ontario. Because for a start, Ontario is in Canada. That's Oregon, Matt. He's from the border states. Ontario! I saw the Canadian flag and it just blew my brain. Paul Martinez is there. Oh, none of these guys actually look that amazing. Jordan Willoughby's solid. Where's Sam Smart when you need him? The Ontario Trail. Yeah, we all played that game as a kid, right? Multi-save starts on Sunday. He's good at... Hey, what was Sharpie's marking like? Yeah, of course. He's called Nicholas Sharpie and he's got one marking. Where's my clip button? Ah. His marker has run out, apparently. Yeah, we need a few more Ewans. Big win over Tunis. Wow, we are absolutely clapping. Sharpie in there again. Or is that the same game? No, it's not, is it? It's the same lineup, apparently, but dope. Bro left the cap off for too long. There's your problem. Okay, so the qualifying call-up squad is there. Still on the fence about who to actually bring into it. 1-0 win over Brazil. Under-20s World Cup is going very well, apparently. Killian Phillips. All right, who are you? I mean, if he's interested, no harm in asking him. He actually looks like he might be quite decent. Solid tackling, marking. Just as a player that can play in those... 6'3", can cover centre-back for us as well. Tell you what, as a libero, bro wouldn't be awful. If he actually... Yeah, that would be... Rules for know you in Croatia? I have no idea. I've never managed there. Vibes and Sims. Vibes and Sims. We did win the Nations League final one. We had 2 shots on target. The goalkeeper dived the wrong way as if it was a penalty, which was fun. And Alan scored again. He scored his 30th goal for the country. We ignore that one for now. Yes, the main save will be Malta. Just give it 12. I forgot to do their homework. There's old Tanner Turtleneck. Not too sharpy. Six foreign players in the first 11. Is that based on... So can they gain, like, non-foreign status, or are they always just considered foreign? So the US beat Sweden now. Jordan Willoughby with a hattie there. He's solid. He's just not as good as what we've got elsewhere, right? That's the problem. Right, okay, let's sort the squad. Okay, so... Oh, not another one of these shitting fucks. I have no more than 50...
So I tell
Must have at least 23. I'm not going to pick a 50-man squad because it's just stupid, and then you just have to remove half of the squad again. It's just so pointless. Bakito Skit, thank you very much for the follow. Such a huge boat. But it is a very large bottle of water. It took me a minute, Sigurd. But yes, it is the biggest bottle of water I could find. I've never seen it written like that before, but I'm here for it. Bottle of water. Anyone else I want in here? Definitely have to do something here. Who is... Oh, no, it's sorted by the wrong thing. Balogun is still very good, according to this. He just doesn't suit our style. Jake Chung, he's got to stay in there. Alan just has to stay in the squad. But there's so many players now that are entering this to the point where I almost can't ignore them. Mohamed Conde. Oh, Mohamed. I think I call him up. I truly do. Sorry, Josh Sargent, but I think Mohamed Conde is actually really getting there. I managed Zagreb. Oh, you're right, I did, didn't I? Briefly. Jake Chung is actually developing very well. Like, he's fast, he's good out wide, he's good on both feet. Apparently they're getting rid of his runs with ball down right. That's cheers, LA. And he's wanted by, hey, he's wanted by the L lads. So there you go. CONCACAF's second round of the World Cup is being played over 2 windows. Yeah, all I know is that we've got 2 more matches in this group, and then there's another 6 matches to go for qualifying once we get into the main groups too. I was worried we'd have to play like a full set of matches in this round too, but it's actually only done over 4 matches. Ochoa's still looking quite tasty as well. In fact, fucking hell, man. I can't drop Alan. He's just so good in this team. But Sam Smart as well. Playing for Borussia Dortmund's second side. How is he compared to Alan? Alan's better in the air. Alan is just better still. But he is also 3 years older than him, so he's had more of a chance to develop. There is going to come a time, though, where Alan just gets phased out because, yeah. Yeah, man is banging goals in for Borussia Dortmund's second side. 21 goals in the 3rd tier in Germany is actually fantastic. And he's played a few games in the Bundesliga for Dortmund as well. And scored in the Bundesliga. Like, he's clearly, I think, better ceiling-wise than Alan is. I'm just a bit concerned about his current state. Wait. Miles Robinson, Joe... Wait, Joe Scott... yeah, we kind of don't need him now. We've got Gazea. Where's that new guy? Oh, he's not in the national team pool, is he? I want to see if we could maybe call him up. Phillips, this guy. I just want to see where he slots in. Because he may not be great for the role we're using, but part of me feels like he could be. Where's he slotting here? No, I'm still not sure. Owen Wolf looks quite decent, though. Carter Vickers is dropping off a little bit. So Sands and Owen is too, actually. I might remove those 2. Even though he's more of a centre-back, actually, Sands. But we can bring him back in again if need be. But I feel like Owen Wolf might be worthy of a call-up more so. And then see if there's any other centre-backs that suit you. Actually, yeah, I think James Sands is the man. Yeah, no, he deserves it. Yeah, I'm not going to call up 50. I'm just going to call up the same amount I normally do, just because it's just a waste of time otherwise. Caleb Wiley's actually developing quite nicely. He's knackered, but... Tell you what. The one thing Wiley has over Isais is he's got that crossing ability. Wiley's kind of like Robert. I wonder if Wiley might be better than Isais here. For what we want to do, because that's what that role is for. I might just make that the squad. It's 24 players, but the rest of them can suck it, right? But I wonder how much more Alan's going to be able to keep in this team with the current state of things. As much as he keeps scoring goals, it feels like he is dropping, and other players are developing around him. Watch us get loads of injuries now. Wait, did we just... No, we won again. 2-1 over Mexico. So we're in the semi-finals against Colombia. And Tony Zaragoza. What a great name that is. Oh, he's a centre-back. Resolute. Good jumping reach. Good on both feet. That's another player from IMG Academy. They are just churning out talent, aren't they? They're all-star players, apparently. But good for them, I suppose. Not really, my irons. The biggest thing is the squad selection screen. Like, when you actually come to call up a squad, it at least has this much nicer visualization of everything, which does make it a lot easier to see your squad. But that is, I think, genuinely the only change to the national team management this year. I can't think of another one off the top of my head, which does kind of suck a little bit. I was hoping to see some more. I thought that if they were going to do anything to national team management, they really should have done it last year because of the World Cup and everything. Oh, I'm looking forward to it tomorrow as well. And they've gone out to Colombia. That's shit. Well, it says, yeah, that's a good point, I guess. Matt will finally use Midra this year. Get out of here with this. You speak only lies. Right. Let's see what we're thinking here. Not that. Booth off the right. I don't like paying Taylor Booth off the right because he... Nah, we'll do Balogun. Because I think Giorena's parents are going to shout at me. I'm going to test out, in the next game, Mohamed Condé through the middle. And obviously Patrick in there too with Caleb. I want to try some of the other guys out in the next game because we're playing Belize in the second qualifier match. And we should be able to walk through that relatively easily. And I want to give them an opportunity to play a little bit so we can see what they're like in the match engine. Yeah, the women's football will bring into FN25. That is going to be fun, particularly as I'm just really excited to maybe just do an offline save with the Fulham women's team, even though they're in the really low division. Hopefully there'll be an extended database that will allow me to play with them, because that's not really. I really hope that Fulham start investing more money into their women's team, because it sucks not being it sucks as a fan that wants to support women's football, but I don't want to support a team that isn't my team. And hopefully that same pressure though is what's going to hopefully put more force clubs to want to spend more money into that thing. It's nice seeing that they're actually playing in a lot of the bigger stadiums now, which is cool. I think that's what's actually going to help potentially, is people not wanting to support teams that aren't their teams, you know? The extended database stuff is what I'm really excited about, yeah. Because I think Fulham's women's team are in the 4th tier or something. Highest ticket price. I don't know if it's the highest ticket prices, but they raised them 18% this year on season tickets. They also were charging... I think the cheapest ticket for that Man United game was £75 or some shit like that. Some absolutely ludicrous wankery. I think Spurs actually had the highest ticket prices. Although I believe Fulham actually have the individual highest season ticket price, which is that stupid £3,000 season ticket in the new Riverside stand, which is wild. But, yeah. But the thing is, Fulham, I believe, were the first English club to actually have a professional women's team, because Mohamed Al Fayed invested a lot of money into it, and then we just absolutely ruined it later down the line, which sucks. I'm hoping that we can come back to actually having a decent women's team again. Is there another goalkeeper injury? You're right, there is. I think he actually started the game injured as well. I've not noticed, though, that goalkeepers seem to play any different when they're injured, although in the last game, admittedly, he did dive the wrong way, so maybe there's that. Yeah, it's absolutely wild stuff. There was a protest before the game yesterday, and I believe you might not have seen this, but because unfortunately BT didn't really cover it in the match commentary or anything like that, as Musa misses horribly. They had like these yellow cards they were holding up in the 18th minute, I think it was, but unfortunately it was during a passage of play that went on for ages, so there was no gap in it. I don't think there actually is a neutral stand anymore, no. The neutral stand bit used to be the other section in the away end. So like, you know where the away fans sit at Fulham? The other side of that stand, I think, is what used to be the neutral section. Yes, they weren't actually just like yellow cards. They had like "Don't price us out" written on them and held all this information from like the Fulham Supporters Trust and stuff. What a hit from Carter Vickers! Yeah, I know about the goalkeeper thing. Yeah, the match itself, they never mentioned it when I was watching it, which I thought was a little bit. But like, what I will say is the reason I think that for that is because it wasn't actually that the entire 18th minute the ball was in play. So there was never any like brief break where the ball was out of play that they could go, oh, and this is why that's happening. So I don't really blame them for that. Give away a penalty, which was then taken with an open goal. No? What the fuck? That's wild. I love it. How have we not scored yet? Alan, come on. You're meant to be the Dortmund volcano. Well, luckily you'll see Alba Redondo in my save, Thomas, because that does work. I've tested it with Levante. Yeah, I never watch any punditry. I'm over punditry now. I'm muted at halftime. I go get a drink, do anything other than watch it. I start the match stream the moment the match starts. Sometimes 5 minutes in, lest I accidentally hear some punditry. Custom region thing? Probably not. No, just because there's already 48 custom regions, and I want to make sure that I've as few as possible, and I want to save them for the patron thing. But just because I don't know if there's a limit, and I don't want to risk hitting that limit with players that are unnecessary putting in there, basically. But yeah, that's the reason for it, because I don't think there is a limit, but I've managed to get 47 or 48 in so far without a problem, and they've all worked, but I just don't want to risk it, right? Oh my god, can we score, please? Imagine if we don't beat El Salvador here.
Bring on the Flugelheim-Heimler!
In the UK, it wasn't the Danish commentary. Yeah, it's odd, innit? Open goal penalty. Oh, wait, hang on. This was in FM. What's Ems? Thank you for the follow. I thought this was a real thing. Hang on, chat. Okay, for some reason, I can't full screen it, because every time I click on it, it just takes me to the same fucking page. All right, I'll have to look at that later. I'm sorry. Every time I try to click to full screen it, it just opens the same thing in another tab. Now I'm displaying the wrong thing. And we've got a penalty, chat! Who's going to be the manager? The manager's going to be Janosch. He was the only one that stood out enough to make that happen. No one had the excellent manager career we were looking for. Balogun from the spot. And he scores! Finally, we take the lead against El Salvador. It's only taken about 90 shots. We could put them in... That's what we were going to do, potentially, guys, is actually put them in staff members in the same way that... here we go. So the keeper gets injured there, and then a penalty's awarded. It's weird seeing the like... Imagine if he missed it. Imagine if he missed it. Oh. Janosch's asthma. I don't know. But yeah, no one did anything in management, basically, that was worthy of it. So we felt that Janosch was like Janosch was the guy, because particularly as he didn't just leave MTK the moment we finished the save either. He actually fully stayed there for a long... I think he stayed for 13 more seasons after we left. Became a legend of the club, won Champions Leagues with them. He was the guy. So it made sense for us to make him the manager. Just because he was such a fan favourite as well. Pulisic's in. Hernandez is in. Can Alan make up for it? Oh, no, we can't. Dear. I'm tempted to get Mohamed Konde. He's probably the best youth player I've ever had, honestly, on one of those saves. 186 PA Janosch had. That's ridiculous. The only player for me that could ever come close on a Building a Nation would have been Blaise Lisic, and I still don't think his would have been as high as that. Not that I ever had the chance to check, but I reckon Blaise was probably like mid-170s. The fact that Janosch was 186 is insane. But I guess eventually a blind squirrel is going to find a nut, and I'm talking to you, Emmett Doran. Oh, over the bar. Hugo Kenyatta was the one that maybe, but I don't think he was a fan favourite enough. Exactly. Janosch was just he was the most I'm him player we had in that save as well. I think I might make a sub or two here. We're only 1-0 up, and Alan's actually struggling a little bit, so we're going to get Mohamed Konde on. He's just going to do things that gives us joy, right? We'll get Veluve on as well. I'm just going to freshen it all up. Get some of these other guys on for a bit, and maybe even try out Caleb Wiley instead of Anthony Robinson. It's only 1-0, but... Yeah, he was playing at 15, was decent. Oh, Alan, watch Alan's score now before I take him off. Nope, useless. He's had his 30. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. The Malta tests indicate that they actually are investing in their facilities and all sorts of cool stuff. This save, technically, yes, on Tuesday. Because we'll be doing the World Cup on Tuesday. But after that, the next stream will be on the Sunday. And that will be the start of Malta. So technically, there'll be one stream on the full release with this, yeah. Not that we'll notice any real differences, other than maybe less goalkeeper injuries, but... Well, I suppose, Millennium, but like I blame the Poland manager. Yep, the full release is Malta with FC Sirens, or Sirens FC. I can't remember which way around it is. To do with the best cat. Oh, true, yeah, because it means AI clubs are going to be wanting to get on that list, and that's going to be like a motivation, I suppose. So that's good, really. It might actually allow us to maybe even improve the Maltese national team a little bit. Not deliberately, but it might just be a side effect of that, potentially. Champions League with Ross County. What point are they currently at? Teams can't defend. I like that, though. It feels just more realistic when teams can't defend, too. Like, they seem to not defend more realistically. Well, we get to use hyperdrive one last time, but I think I want to do some other stuff with the intro as well. Now that we've got a bit more freedom with what I can, like, display on stream these days. But it would be sick if I actually... Oh, please no. Please no. Oh, God. Don't you dare concede to fucking El Salvador. He's offside, isn't he? Please tell me he's offside. Oh, no. Chat, I'd just like to draw your attention to the current match stats here. 22 shots, 9 on target, 3.64. El Salvador, this is the first shot they've had of the entire fucking game. We just got El Salvadored. Fuck's sake. I can't believe this. This is a proper FMing. See, I told you, we were due an FMing. And you know what? Again, it happens, right? Yeah, I think I jinxed it by literally talking about not getting FM'd at the start of stream. They've had one shot. It was a good goal. It wasn't some cheese. It was just a good goal. And yep, we have not... They've had one shot, scored it. To be fair, it was a bit like one of those FM games where the only way we were going to score was from something like a penalty. But we probably should have done better. I love how their goalkeeper only got a 7.7 when he's made 11 saves in that game. Yeah, it was a nice goal. It wasn't cheese. It was just a good goal that they played us on the break. I'm going to yell the hell out of my team, of course, but it was great. That's the kind of goal I don't care about conceding. Obviously, if it's a big goal in a big game, I'll be annoyed, but not at the game. You know? We should still be fine. Particularly as we've got Belize next. That's probably what's going to do it. Just got outplayed, yeah? Strawberry at 11. Well, I mean, whose fault was that? Stephen Jarrow spotted at Lincoln. Who's he after? Chris Richardson and Owen Wolf. Oh, for God's sake, Steve, don't do this to my players. I beg of you. We should surely be able to beat Belize, though, right? Do you believe in life after love? Just a question. Just throwing that out there. Say that about Salvador. True, but Belize are not El Salvador, are they? I believe that we will win, chat. Like, right. Well, they've actually picked Alan. That's hilarious. So we're not going to do that today. Such is my hubris today. I'm going to be picking an experimental team because I believe that will come our way. So we're going to start Jake Chung. We're going to start, obviously, Mr. Conde. We're going to start, where has he gone? Gazea instead of Chris Richards. And we're going to start Caleb Wiley at left back. Okay. That's our lineup. We're going to, with this team, we'll win 4-0 with these players. You have the SYC seal of assurance on this one, Chatto. Satisfaction guaranteed, or your channel points back. In fact, yes, good shout. We are not going to stop Belizeing. Hilariously, when I typed in "don't stop," the first song that came up was "Don't Touch My Clogs." So that's new. And we're not in a... Are we anything in the queue right now? We're not. Excellent. Right, here we go. Don't stop Belizeing, chat. Let's go. Unbelievable scenes. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, Jeff. I probably should play someone other than Justin Shea, but we're not going to because I believe in us. Let's do this. We are away. We're playing in Belize at the Big Belize Stadium. That's not what it's called. Or is it? No, we're playing in Belmopan. Which is either... Oh, no, it's the FFB Stadium. Which is in Belmopan. There it is. What are some wingers that should be good in third season? I have no idea, my friend. I could not tell you a single one of them because I have played a USA national team save since the beta has begun. And even if I was playing a major save, I wouldn't be playing with those types of players. So I would honestly, I'm the worst possible human being to ask about that. Chat might have some ideas though, potentially. But I genuinely am the worst at things like that. Iron Robin. Yes. Have you considered Damien Duff? Here we go. They've got a guy called Trapp. It's Palmiro Trapp and Lincoln Caceres. Carlton Ake. They're ready. Any other fun names while we're here? Palmiro Smith, Orlando Smith. The Smiths are out in force. Tyrone Muschamp. Hey, Bolter Rob. Oh. No, I wasn't expecting a Palmiro out of that. I was expecting more Craig. I don't know why. It looks like a Craig. Let's do it. Insta highlight from the kickoff is a good sign. That was Mr. and Mr. Smith to you, but yes. I reckon Conde gets us a hattie in this one. I reckon Jake Chung grabs a couple. I reckon Patrick scores a goal for us as well. Why is Test... It's that time again. Not just the chain. Man's got a turtleneck on. That's why we call him Tanner Turtleneck, and he's having a lovely old time with it. P. Craig Trapp. Police United's badge. Right, I'm pausing it this time. I wouldn't want to miss any of this wonderful get. Oh my god. Do you know the worst thing? Obviously, the worst thing about this badge is the randomly superimposed football, of course. But it's the fact that the police badge in it is like... It's had like a perspective warp on it because it's not a directly front-facing angle. It's like slightly to the side. There's a crown on it too, which I'm a fan of. Yeah, it's like they couldn't decide between 2D and 3D and went, you know what, in between. I bet that that badge would have looked fine in 2D. I'm just saying. It would have been onside. 10 out of 10 would smash. Oh. Right, look at the space in the middle for Patrick. This is good. Oh, here we go. Go on, Gio. We've dragged you here against your parents' permission. Gazea? Oh. Well, that's gone wide. I mean, I suspect that we can't get FM like that 2 games in a row. I reckon we probably win about 6-0 would be my prediction for this game. Because we are very good. Oh, John Justin. Oh, it's a beautiful finish. And it's Tanner Turtleneck himself. 3 minutes in. He didn't mean that. Oh, of course he did. He wears a turtleneck on purpose. He did that on purpose. Petard, chat. It's a hoisting. You start reducing that hoist of my petard. Thank you very much. Hoist the mainsail, chatto. I don't even see where that hit him. Did that like graze off his dick on the way through? What's going on? It's kind of like that one that Akanji scored yesterday. I blame the journey. That's right, the journey. Here we go again. Patrick's making the run. Now, this is going to be an absolute blowout. I can feel it. Gazea's pulling forward. Wiley. Go on, Caleb. Drop it across for Conde. And it's 2-0. Now we're going. Mohamed Conde scores. I think that's his first. Yes, it is his first goal for the United States. I do expect a hat-trick out of him today. Right on the chorus. Doku. Yeah, Doku is scary good. Like, worryingly good. Like, what did he get? A goal and 4 assists yesterday. As if we need another superhuman in this league playing for Manchester City. What's your favourite Belize? This is the thing with the lack of teams in the game. Oh, here we go. Right, favourite Belize Premiership badge. I mean, the Pirates here, absolute wonderful. Bandits and Pirates in the same league. The Verdes, love a bit of green. Progreso Football Club. It's a cool badge. Like it as a badge. Boring team name. Altitude is good. You're right, that is a sassy bandit. It's like, I like Bandits. Pirates is cool. Bandits is better. And it's Belmopan, based in the capital city. Stadium. Is the stadium in the room with us right now, Thomas? Yeah, he's got the stash. He's doing Movember. You'd love to see it. I'm assuming this was a song request, and I'm here for it. It's getting the vibes going. As Claudio Reyna drops it through. How on earth did the goalkeeper not get to that? That's offside, isn't it? Nope, it's not. It's 3-0. We're 3-0 up after 7 minutes. So that's a thing that's happening. Conde's already grabbed himself 2 international goals. At this rate, he's going to have caught up with Alan by the end of this match. They do look very, very bad. Did I say Claudio again? Yeah. Let's just pretend that it's him at this point. We might